is Zhang Wenxia from the Department of Foreign Languages and Literatures of Tsinghua University, Beijing, China. Welcome to join this course.
It was awfully ineffective. I did everything that the teachers told me to do, the homework assignments, everything. But I didn't get any results, at least, no impressive results.
The three sentences here are closely related. The first sentence indicates that going to an English class is ineffective. The following two sentences explain what he does in this class, and then he draws the conclusion that the final result is not good. We may have noticed that ineffective actually has the same meaning as no impressive results.
Still, reading English text took me a long time. I made lots of mistakes when writing, my pronunciation was bad, and I could only speak English very slowly.
This is a typical run-on sentence. We don't want you to imitate. If you have two ideas, write two sentences rather than connect the two ideas with a comma.
My English teacher gave a lot of good advice, especially on pronunciation and vocabulary.
In this sentence, especially is used to further explain what good advice is given. Similarly, you may also use in particular.
Following the advice from my English teacher and the example of my friends, I made some good decisions during my first year in high school.
Here, following the advice from my English teacher and the example of my friends, is a long clause, which is used to give a reason indicating how he can make an informed decision.
I learned English phonetics, started using English dictionaries, listening to recordings and English language TV, and talking to native speakers every chance I got.
In this sentence, we have a series of action verbs, such as using, listening, and talking. This is a good way to write more specifically, and we can utilize this lesson when we write a composition. The teacher who marks your paper will find that you give very concrete details when you make a claim.
It was a breakthrough for me. I would come back from school and then spend an hour or two adding words from the books that I read to my collection and repeating some of the words every day.
In these two sentences, we find the second sentence is an explanation of the first one. The explanation is very clear to the reader, as it introduces how he studies English, which finally brings about a breakthrough. This detailed introduction can also help you to learn English. A point to note is that the writer uses two useful collocations in the second sentence. Spend time doing something. Here, he uses two verbs, adding and repeating, to write two long clauses.
With all the reading, my vocabulary, which used to be my weakness, became my strength.
In this sentence, the subject is a bit complicated. If you try to find the subject, you need to ignore both with clause and the clause which used to be my weakness. These two clauses actually add more variety to a simple sentence. My vocabulary becomes my strength.
Another good decision, which improved my ability to speak English.
This is a typical fragment sentence. Please do not imitate this sentence. This sentence is an additional explanation of the previous sentence, suggesting that use English to communicate with a friend is another good way of learning English.
I'm addicted to English.
In the first sentence, the message is clear and pretty strong. we can see that the writer loves to study English.
I love the language and I love using it. I like writing English sentences, speaking English to native speakers, reading books and the web, watching American movies, and so on. I like the intellectual challenge of using a foreign language.
In this sentence, the writer expresses his enthusiasm about learning English. From the verbs he has used, love, love, like, we can feel that he's really addicted to English. This sentence is obviously an explanation which shows us how deeply he loves English. I wish all of you share this enthusiasm and you will do a better job.